Hello, all. It's Susanna Magdalena with the Beloved Heart Source. And here today for Easter Sunday on March 31st, 2024. I wanted to share a little bit with you. So I have kind of written this out so that I don't go off on tangents or too many tangents anyway. But I wanted to share with you, even though I'm in continual thought and communion with Yeshua, Mary the Magdalene, the Mother Mary, and all of the Holy Family throughout the year, it's at this time that the presence is brought closer in a unique way, as much of the collective is also focused. So it just intensifies everything around me and anyone connected to this aspect of a story. And I wish to share with you a bit regarding my thoughts and feelings. Please know this is based on my experiences as I share with you a bit of my story and of the memories of life at this time that I shared with them. Sometimes I go off on tangents, but please know these tangents are in alignment with the story and sometimes are to give background or to fill them out fuller. Now, as I wrote that, I thought I was going to share something different with you. And then it was like it sort of shifted. It was like Yeshua came in and it sort of shifted. So the time now, many are celebrating a time that we, at the time we were here on the planet with Yeshua, felt the pain, sorrow, and a deep, deep sense of loss and injustice. The one we loved so much and whom we had such an intimate relationship with was being tortured, and we knew would ultimately leave the physicality of this world. We had knowing that this wasn't final. We knew there was more to this, but in our human experiences, this was so incredibly difficult to embrace at the time, as the emotional levels were incredibly heightened. Imagine for just a moment your child, the love of your life, the one whom you held in such high regard, so brutally treated because of fear. And this is where it's shifted, where Yeshua was like, okay, we're going to shift this energy a little bit. So he started coming into me, and the question came up, what was the lesson? The fear was the lesson. And where fear can take humanity if allowed to expand its vibration. And he says, remember this, dear ones. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. Don't allow fear into your area of consciousness, as fear extinguishes love. I could go on further into our experiences, what this day was like for all of us, or this experience of this time. But as I said, Yeshua is guiding me otherwise. He is expressing to me his desire for me to share something different with you. He wants not to be remembered and celebrated for his birth and death. He wants to be remembered for his life. The life was one of hope, the promise of love, deep love, sacrificial love, love that honors life. He was and remains to share with us the path of the way back to the light of the Creator God within. This is so we can, in turn, express outward. Embody the journey to re-become the emitting light of the God essence you hold, that we all hold. Allow these vibrations to join and to become one in united love. Through love, all vibrations of destruction are eliminated. Know thyself to know truth. Now, biblically, in John 14:6, Yeshua said, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Now, when we take this further, we have to look at John. John is an incredible chapter in the Bible that, I always, that's probably my favorite chapter, but it's the chapter I urge people to delve into a little bit to gain deeper understanding of what was happening and what is still happening. It's essential to remember that anytime we find ourselves in the Gospel of John, that Jesus, our Yeshua, is almost always speaking, not as the human Jesus of Nazareth, but as Yeshua, the Christ, the full embodied presence and the power of God, the creative and eternal Word of God, which is interesting. So in John 1:1, it opens in the beginning, just as it did in Genesis 1:1. It's like there's some kind of announcement happening here. In the beginning, in Hebrew, it's Bereshith, in the beginning. And then it goes on to say there was the Word. And it continues, the Word was with God, God was the Word, and all of these different aspects. But why such emphasis on the word word? Well, in Aramaic, the word word is translated from the word miltha, and miltha is a vibrational utterance. So think about it. In the beginning, there was a vibrational utterance. This vibrational utterance was with God. This vibrational utterance was God. This vibrational utterance is who we are. So it's kind of interesting that this is the way it turns out. And it's talking about here of Yeshua the Christ being the full presence and embodiment of the power of God, the created and eternal Miltha, vibrational utterance. So he calls us to find and to surrender to that same Christed energy within ourselves, that same vibration within the utterance, and to follow his example. This is the celebration that was and remains to be his life. And I offer to you on this day, as does he and all of the Holy Family, Ahava Shalom.